Okay. Now, the only valid solutions I think I saw, I didn't see absolutely every detail of everything. People use logarithms, okay? And I think you use them correctly. Okay, so I don't have a huge problem with that, but you really don't need to. Still, if it works. Okay? But all you need is the laws of exponents. Well, you take this one, what's the next step in simplifying this one? What are we going to do?
You just distribute it, the b to the 40th.
I almost heard that.
So you just distribute
Distributed.
the b to the 40th now. So then you'd be left with 1500 equals 600 times b to the 40th over b to the 20th.
Yeah.
I want a more roundabout way to do that.
Okay, so what I think I'm hearing, this is a valid step. It's not really a distributive law, but it's a law of fractions. You do this, right? Okay? Well, what's b to the 40th over b to the 20th?
b to the 20th.
Okay, so you get 1500 equals 600 b to the 20th. And then what do you do?
Divide by 600.
Divide by 600, so you get I'm getting bunched up there. And that looks like something else that's on the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the time you're here, you've got this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason I like the idea of dividing these things, which also eliminates A, is it just works in 2 steps. Whereas in this case, you got several steps to go through. They're straightforward steps if your algebra is good. Okay? So it doesn't really matter as long as you don't mess up. And everything you told me was right, except that distributive thing, but that's okay. Okay? You knew what you wanted to do. You knew you were going to get this.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, you know, just fractions. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and now solve this one because I got more room here than I've got here. Okay? Okay, so how do we solve this? Now, what the two of you did was you said, well, the log base b of this equals 20, right? Well, you're trying to find b, so how do you find b if you know that the log of base b equals something? Okay? Well, that translates back into b to the 20th equals 2.5, okay? So it really doesn't lead you to solution, but I like the instinct. So you don't use logs to solve for the base. You would use logs if you knew the base and were trying to solve for the exponent, because that's where the logarithmic form is preferable, okay? Does that make sense? If it was 20 to the x, then when you changed it to logarithmic forms, you'd have log base 20 of something equals x, right? And you can do a log base 20. You can't do a log base b unless you know what b is. So again, it wasn't a bad idea, except it was the wrong situation. It's what you need to do when you have a power function, okay? So you kind of remember, okay, anyhow, so that didn't work. What can you do to both sides to find b? What can you do to b to the 20th to get b? I'm going to go ahead and reduce this to just one number. You got b to 20th equals 2.5, right? Okay, what can you do to b to the 20th to get b? Except just not write down the 20. We know that doesn't work. Well, now we've done this, and you kind of need to lock it in at this point. B to the 20th to the 1/20th is b to the 1. I'm going to write out the steps again, but we've done this a number of times. but since nobody's, or almost nobody, is not that anybody did it right, is almost nobody, but anyway, yeah. Take the 1/20th power both sides, because b to the 20 to the 120 is b to the 20 times 1/20th. So b is 2.5 to the 1/20th. Okay? Now I can kind of figure out what that might be. No, I don't want to think that hard. Take the calculator, punch that in, right? Okay, everybody got a calculator handy?
My kids
You
run
go ahead and
around
punch
with
it in.
mine.
Huh?
I let my kids run around with mine. They're like, phone, phone, and they throw it.
What I did, somebody with a phone, somebody's kid did something with a phone. It's kind of funny. Maybe it'll come back to me. I just don't even know where I saw the thing in an article I was reading. Okay. So what's 2.5 to the 1/20th?
Zero to the one, or 0.125.
What is it again?
0.125 this thing. Do it right.
Okay. It can't be, it has to be greater than 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I can do it
Yeah, well, let me do
right.
it. Okay, let's see. We got 2.5 raised to the 0.05 power. So the exponent button is here.
Worst case scenario, couldn't you just take 2.5 divided by 20 and then multiply that
Okay,
by 2.5?
1.04688, we'll go that way. I could have estimated that. Okay, no, I mean, not that many significant figures. Just wasn't thinking. Anyhow, we got that. Okay? And over here, of course, we're going to get the same thing. Now, A equals 600 over b to the 20th, right? Now, usually we'd have to take this number and raise it to the 20th power, right? But coincidentally, we know what b to the 20th is. It's 2.5. So I'm going to do it the way it would generally be done, 1.04688 to the 20th. And that's going to come out to the nearest whole number is 240. Okay? So that's how we get our exponential function. And that's always how we get our exponential function, if we know basically 2 points on the graph. Okay? It's the easiest way to do it. And it's not difficult. But you got to remember your laws.